We're live here Thursday afternoon. Mark Abrams here in Philadelphia. Let's go all the way to Louisville, Kentucky, where I have light heavyweight Nadim Salloum, who this Saturday night is back in the ring in Louisville, Kentucky, takes on Ashton Sykes in a fight you can see live on bxngtv.com. That's boxingtv.com. Nadim, how you doing today?
Doing good. Thank you for having me in here.
So let's talk about this fight coming up against Ashton Sykes. What can you tell us about it?
I don't know much about it, honestly. I knew about my opponent 4 days ago, but I'm ready for whoever. I'm ready for whatever comes to whatever he puts on the table. We're ready for it. I had a great camp in Orlando with Jose Guzman, my boxing coach, Jose Lopez, my strength and conditioning coach, and I'm more than ready.
So, what's that like? We're at Thursday or so. As far as like Sunday went, you didn't even know who you were fighting, correct?
Yeah.
How is that? You know you're going to fight, but you don't know who you're going to be fighting. How's that in terms of being able to prepare and train?
Yeah, it's a bit frustrating, but you gotta. This is boxing. Sometimes we fight for a world title on a week notice, so you have to stay ready for whatever comes on the ring.
So to tell us a little bit about your boxing start, and we're going to get into your you have an interesting life story as well.
Yeah.
What got you interested in boxing?
I started in a small amateur gym back home in Lebanon, and I started to watch a lot of boxing: Muhammad Ali, Manny Pacquiao, Roberto Duran, and I fell in love in the sports. And I felt that this is what I want to do in life.
And so now we're going to segue into to that. You mentioned Lebanon, not exactly the boxing capital of the world. We don't see many champions, world champions, fighters, or even athletes for that matter, coming out of Lebanon. So how? I mean, is boxing on there? I mean, I wouldn't even know if the fights are even on there. I guess they are, huh?
I'm the first ever professional boxer coming from Lebanon. So they don't know much about boxing, but they love the sports. But they don't know the difference between amateur and pro and the whole process. That's why it took me so long to turn pro and to get into the boxing community here in the States.
So, but like you said, the Manny Pacquiao fights came on over in Lebanon.
Yeah, we can. There's some people they try to watch it, and time wise, it doesn't help because for example, I'm fighting say 8-9 p.m. in here. It will be like 3-4 a.m. in Lebanon. So
you would stay up and watch it then.
That's what I do. I usually in Lebanon I don't sleep. I stay up till 5, 6, 7 a.m. to be able to watch the fights.
And obviously, you grew up in a part of the world which, unfortunately, we see on TV for a lot of the wrong reasons, a lot of conflict going on over there. How difficult, besides being a boxer, growing up, all that stuff's going on around you. I mean, is boxing something that maybe that has saved you?
It not just saved me. It gave me that secure and peaceful place. Like whatever happens around me, when I'm in the gym, when I'm in camp, I forget everything happening around me. And I believe we come to this life one time. Even if I'm Lebanese or American or where I come from, I have to make the best out of it and try to enjoy my life.
Now, are you stationed here in the United States now, or do you go back between fights?
Yeah, I always go back. I always try to go back. My parents are there. My girl is there. So I always try to go back and stay close to my people. It's my duty to give something positive to the country.
Obviously, during the pandemic, it was very difficult traveling. So where were you during most of that time?
Honestly, I traveled in 2020 more than I ever traveled. So,
oh wow,
yeah, I fought in February. I fought in December, but I went to Beirut May 2020. I lived the terrible explosion. I don't know if you saw it. I was in Beirut back then, and it took me like 4 months to be able to leave Beirut again and come here to the States. I fought in December, fought in March, and here again.
How are you? I mean, being that you are a professional athlete, and like you said, this gives you some sort of peace and everything. When you go back there, I guess you may be a little bit of a celebrity, kind of, being that you are a professional athlete going back there.
for people who love boxing, yes, they understand what I do, they admire what I do, I appreciate it a lot. But as I said, they don't know much about boxing, so the support, it takes time to make them understand the process, that what we're doing is serious. It's not just like 2017. My parents thought that it's still a hobby, so they don't understand the fact that you can be an athlete. Even in other sports, we don't have a worldwide athletes at all. So it would take them a lot of time, but I have a lot of support actually coming from Lebanese living abroad. Like we're 4 million in Lebanon and we're
Mhm.
14 outside of Lebanon. So the people, the Lebanese community outside the Lebanon, they always try to find something positive coming out of their country, and that's what I try to do, to give something positive, not only showing the wars and the explosion and the corrupted country, raise that flag and showing that we are great people and we can be great.
Did you ever think that, boxing, which is a very dangerous sport to begin with, maybe a lot less dangerous than some of the things that your friends, family are involved in over there? Is that kind of strange to you?
I didn't get the question. What do you mean?
Me, like boxing is a dangerous sport,
Yeah,
obviously, but it's probably less dangerous than a lot of the stuff that you probably have a lot of family and friends that are involved with back at home. Is that's kind of strange to say that boxing is less dangerous than something?
it's less dangerous because I'm doing what I love. If I die
Mm-hmm.
in the ring, I'll be happy. But when you
Oh,
die
well, let's not
because of a
open that.
corrupted country, it's unfair. It's unfair for all human beings, not only for Lebanese.
Mm-hmm. Do you feel that do you feel that maybe if you rise to a good amount of success, that maybe it could it could mend some things? Obviously you're a good, nice young man, as the world is finding out during this interview. You can be a face for Lebanon because of how big sports can be and what sports can do for um, countries and so forth.
100%. Like for now, I'm focusing on myself and trying to deliver a message that work hard and hard work always pays off, even in our country, because our people, they are used to get things easily. So
Hmm.
no, it doesn't work that way. It takes time and a lot of sacrifices, a lot of hard work to make our dream come true, even if it's boxing, even if it's like working as an engineer, as a doctor, and even building a brand new country. We need to work hard and to be patient. That's what it takes. So that's what I try to do for now, and as long as I can help my country, I'm all in. I love my country. This is where I come from, and I will never forget where I come from.
That's a great attitude to have. This fight's on bxngtv.com. With the internet, I guess you can have a lot of family and friends watching back home.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah. They may not wait for Pacquiao, but they will wait for me.
You're there, Pacquiao.
I know. That's
You,
what I try to do. That's what I try to do.
well, maybe I'll nickname you. Maybe I'll name you. Maybe we should rename you the Pacquiao or Mayweather of Lebanon.
They always tell me like you can beat the Pacquiao of Lebanon. Pacquiao is my inspiration. Honestly, when I
Mhm.
first started boxing, I watched Pacquiao, and I said, if this young Filipino kid made it, I can make it. Nobody was worse than Pacquiao, and
Yeah,
then Pacquiao
yeah.
is life.
Coming
If
up,
he
he
can make it,
was.
I can make it. He's my inspiration, and I believe that being a greatest, you should be a greatest outside of the ring, greatest of human beings as well. That's why I love Pacquiao. I love Muhammad Ali. Those are my inspiration.
We got some people. We got some people. I have a guy, Sam Ahmed, uh, who I believe he was a former fighter. He said he's an Arab in the boxing world, and you guys all support each other. He was writing.
Always, always.
What you're 27 now. What age did you start boxing?
I started boxing at 14, had my first amateur fight at 17.
How many people? I mean, like you said, not many people probably box over. But what is the amateur situation over there?
It's really bad. Like, I spent 10 years I fought like 40 fights. I used to fight once a year, twice a year, one fight. To be a Lebanese champion, just fight one fight. The federation is so bad. Sometimes they don't do the Lebanese championship. Sometimes to win the championship without even fighting. I used to go there, but there's no competitors. So
Um, what was I going to say? Did you travel internationally for an amateur competition?
Yes, I fought the Asian Championship in Bangkok. I was top 8 Asian fighters in Asia, and I fought Mediterranean Championship 4 times. I did training camps in Tunisia. I went all over. Whenever I had the opportunity, I used to go. At the same time, I used to go to LA to wildcard at on Fred Rose gym, just to know how to turn pro. That was my main goal. I want to be a professional fighter. So while I was fighting amateur, I was going to LA to try to learn how to turn pro once a year, just 1 month. And
did you ever run in?
A coach helped me and took me to Tijuana, and this is how it all started.
While you were at Wildcard, did you ever run into your idol?
Yes.
You met Manny Pacquiao.
He was in the car. He was in a rush, but I said, like, man, you're my inspiration. Thank you. He was very nice. Pacquiao was very nice.
He's always very nice to the fans.
Yeah.
So what do you want to say to the fans out there before we see you on Saturday night, live on BXNGTV.com as you take on Ashton Sykes?
Okay. I want to say that a lot of fighters just fight because they love to fight or because they love boxing. We fight because we have something inside of us bigger than us. We want to deliver a message. Peace. Lebanon and Yemen, this guy is talking about Yemen and Iraq and Syria and Palestine, all over the Arab country. We want peace. That's what we work for. That's why we always have a message to deliver. We are a part of the country where there's a lot of people who are corrupted in there, and they're fucking our country up. And we fight to make it better and to change it. And this is what I fight for. I fight for a better country, not only for being a world champion. It's not only my dream, it's my parents' dream and my people's dream. So I try to give them all my positive, all my energy vibes.
Well, very, very inspirational. I'm inspired by that, and I appreciate that. Where do we find you on? Where do we find you on social media?
My Instagram is The Unpredictable, because it's not predictable to have a Lebanese professional boxer ever. So The Unpredictable _. And on Facebook, it's Nadim Salloum, my official name.
There you have it. Well, Nadim, we thank you for a few minutes of your time. It was a pleasure getting to know you. It looks like Sal Ahmed wants to kind of maybe get in touch with you. He said he's from Yemen and he wants to connect with you.
Yeah.
So you see,
appreciate it, brother.
So we gave you, Sal, we gave you the where you can find him on social media. Maybe you two can connect, and there you have it. We wish to see you on Saturday night. Looking forward to seeing you and following the rest of your career. And like you said, hopefully you can bring a great message from the Middle East, and maybe it could help with in some ways. I mean, it's amazing.
We'll do my best. We'll do it. Sports. It's a way. It's my way to deliver a message. And if each one of us in Lebanon and all over the Arab country use his passion and his way to deliver his positivity, it would be great. That's what matters in life.
That's amazing. Thank you, and best of luck.